Hi guys, welcome. I am here in my home studio. Today I'm going to break down some variations and modifications of side plank pose or Vasisthasana. I want to start at the very beginning. For those of you who are new to this pose, there are some great steps that you can take to build your strength. To start off, come onto your hands and your knees. Spread your fingers and root the inner edges of your hands down. Step one leg at a time back to plank pose. Align your shoulders over your wrists. And then simply drop your knees to the ground. But I want you to notice how this is different than tabletop pose, right? In tabletop, knees are under the hips and your spine is parallel to the ground. In plank with the knees down, your knees are behind your hips and your torso is at an angle to the ground. Start here, keep rooting your inner hands down. Try to pull your hands back towards your knees and your knees forward towards your hands. Gaze forward, breathe 3, contract your abdominals more, 2, and 1. Come to sit back on your heels. Now, if that was difficult, I would continue to work on that variation until you build some strength. For anyone who has wrist issues and that was a difficulty, what you'll do, in fact, let's all do this. This is a good way to work. Come onto your forearms, still root the inner edges of your hands down and align your forearms so they're parallel to each other. Walk back into a forearm plank. Drop your knees down. Keep your gaze forward. Now try to pull your arms back to the back of your mat. Try to pull your knees forward to the front of your mat. Corset your waist. 3, 2, 1. Now let's see if we can challenge ourselves. Stay in the forearm plank. Can you lift your knees up? If not, that's fine. Practice again with your knees down. Hold. 3, squeegee your hands back. 2, squeegee your feet forward. And 1, release. Now it's normal. You might even have been able to see I was getting a little shaking through my core. That's a good thing. That's what we want. That means it's working. Okay, now let's move on. Feel free to stay on your forearms if that's more appropriate for your wrists. Otherwise, come onto your palms, walk your knees back, plank pose. Breathe here. Try to squeeze your hands back and your feet forward. 3, 2, 1. Drop your knees down. Now you can stay with any of the previous poses, or we're going to start to go towards a nudge to side plank. And we really want to recruit the core here. Be in plank or forearm plank. Now, if you need the knees down, you're going to stay with that version. But if your knees are lifted, separate your feet. Keep your hands rooted. Roll to the edge of your right foot, inner edge of your left foot. Corset your waist. 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Inhale. Pivot your heels to the left. Keep both palms rooted. So we're in more of a plank in the upper body, side plank in the lower body. Back to center. Release down. Okay. It's some excellent work in the core. We'll do one more in this video. And if you're working on side plank pose, even if you don't have wrist issues, I think it's good to alternate from being on your hands to being on your forearms. Come onto forearms, come into plank pose. Again, if you're practicing the modification, you're just staying with the knees down, and that's really going to help you build strength. If you're with me, once again, separate your feet about mat's distance. Pivot your heels to the right. Stay rooted through your palms. Engage your core. 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Strong core. Pivot your heels to the left. Root both forearms. 3, 2, 1. Back to center and drop down. I hope this was helpful. I'll film some additional side plank videos. Thank you for watching.